let's call the meeting to start at 7:01, the 14th of November. God save the King. Did you know that I read in the news that the King Charles is going to be on the Canadian coin for the first time? He just minted his handsome face for the mint. You can go look on the CBC. I was surprised. I'm surprised it took this long to put his face on the back of the coin. I thought it happened. Oh, is the, what is
Another
it?
thing the taxpayer gets to pay for.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we have regrets tonight from Superintendent Lori Henderson. She's in Winnipeg for a province-sponsored workshop. I'd like to add for the agenda, for tonight's agenda, some correspondence. We'll call it 12.5, correspondence from Principal Harwood at the Deerwood School. So I guess I should do the treaty acknowledgement first. Too keen. We acknowledge that we are signatories of Treaty 5 and that we reside in the traditional territory of the Nisichawayasi Cree Nation. The school district of Mystery Lake is located in the community of Thompson in the province of Manitoba. Manitoba is located on the traditional ancestral lands of the Niito Innu Cree, Denisulin, the Dene, the Métis, the Inuit, the Asininu, Oji Cree, Anishinaabe, Ojibwe, and Dakota Oyata, the Dakota nations. The school district of Mystery Lake remains committed to honoring treaties in the spirit of truth and reconciliation. We are all treaty people. Now I'm going to add a correspondence to the agenda. Under 12.5, correspondence from the principal of Deerwood. Can I have someone move that we accept the agenda for tonight? Trustee Sharker? Second? Trustee Humby? All in favor? Vote aye? Okay, the agenda
Are we
accepted.
gonna get the correspondence since it's not attached to the agenda now?
I can read it out.
Okay,
Yeah, when we get there, I'll read it out.
that's
Yeah.
fine.
But is that something you'd like sent around later? Can we get that sent around to everybody? Yeah, Principal
Or we
Harwood?
could just read it.
I'll just read it. Yeah, it's very short. It's just an invitation. Yeah. Can I have someone move that we accept the minutes from last week or last meeting? Trustee Young, seconded by Trustee Sharker. All those in favor vote aye. Aye. Carried. Delegations and presentations, we have none tonight. Business from previous board meeting. 7.1, we have the issue around student travel. The issue right now is that we have for the school year of 2023-2024, the Board of Trustees will only receive requests for student travel within Canada and United States. So the recommendation in front of us tonight is that the Board of Trustees for the duration of the 2023-2024 year only receive requests for student travel within Canada and the United States. So we move first, accept second, and then we have a discussion. Can I have someone move that we discuss the? Trustee Lawson, okay. Seconder? Trustee Young? All those in favor? Oh, no, we discussed first. Okay, okay, good. Okay, so Trustee Anderson asked that we include the paper, the policy items that are here around our policy. Now, on this issue, this issue was an issue that was brought to us, the board, from one of our superintendents. So, and I believe Trustee Anderson was not there at that meeting. So do we want to revisit that ground of why? Is that the best way to go about this? Yeah.
I guess it just came from, I'm having teachers inquire about whether or not we're going to permit out-of-country travel. Obviously, because of COVID, we didn't have any. And then some people had a few trips that they were planning and getting the legwork done before COVID. Right now, my concern is, to be honest with you, just some of the hostility that's going on overseas right now, that it's probably not a good time to be. And I guess for the most part, on the decision-making matrix, it is the Board of Trustees that has to approve these out-of-country, out-of-province trips. And I guess if the teachers knew the stand of the board going into it, they wouldn't be putting in all the legwork to take it to the principal, to have the principal say, well, I'm not comfortable doing this, and then perhaps them saying, well, then I'm going to go, obviously the next course, would be myself and then yourselves as the board. So I guess that's kind of, I just wanted to make it clear that perhaps right now it's not the best idea to be doing out-of-country trips, particularly overseas. I mean, right now, just because of the tension.
So if I remember correctly, about a month ago, we discussed this in camera. And we thought, okay, let's revisit then. Let's have a policy perhaps to say, let's put it on the back burner for now, travel outside of North America. And I think as a consensus, most of us at that meeting said yes. And then trustee, if I remember, trustee Lawson, you said, well, let's tie it only for this coming year to begin with and then revisit it next year. Am I correct?
Yeah, I didn't want to, crush it, because some people might be planning for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's something that, in 2 or 3 months, it might be gone, right? So, we'll do sooner.
Yeah.
And generally in these trips, the lead time's about a year to a year, about 18 months out, they start like fundraising, doing it sometimes almost 2 years out. So.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It isn't North America, though. This is just Canada and United States being brought forward. Mexico.
Except-
Mexico, yeah, we
Mexico
will,
is
just Canada and the United States is what the recommendation is.
So that was our thinking. Now, you feel you have thoughts on it, correct?
Yeah, because
you-
I feel if we follow the policy, these trips can't even happen. And right now you said they have to plan them 18 months in advance. So none of these trips will be happening this year anyways.
No, I know, but I mean, we don't know what the travel advisory is like. I mean, just given the hostility at presently, I mean, we're already a year in February, we'll be over a year into the Ukraine conflict. Two?
It's coming.
Yeah, almost
But
2,
now
yeah.
we-
I mean,
Now we have Israel. and-
yes, and now we have another. I mean, I guess for myself, I just wanted to perhaps feel out your appetite for this type of travel. I mean, once these trips start going, I mean, there's a lot of money involved. There's all kinds of fundraising, all of that. So then if the trip gets canceled, some of these places, like, for example, France, I mean, it's high on the advisory right now for travel. It probably has been since the terrorist attack in Paris some years ago. So these advisories sometimes don't really catch up to what's actually happening. Whereas sometimes other places are of a lower advisory and there's much more conflict going on. So I guess for myself, the teachers are coming to me and asking me, what do you, and I basically kind of wanted to see what your appetite for these trips were at the present
I
time.
think we were very supportive
Yeah.
at that meeting.
My
So-
comfort level's not great, I'll be
No.
frank with you,
Yeah.
about sending kids presently out of country, or even probably within the next 48 or 24 months or so. Yeah, go ahead, Brian.
Can I just ask Lindsay, I was going through the policy, and what is the wording that you're seeing is, I don't see the wording where it actually says Canada's guide for travel or,
Well, it also has to be passed. So say if I'm the teacher going to travel, I'm going to see my principal, I have everything down. I'm going to ask if I can take it to Superintendent Bartlett, and she has to sign off on it. Then Superintendent Bartlett has to sign off on it. Then we have to sign off on it. Those are like 3 huge positions within the school district of Mystery Lake. And if we can't catch that travel without banning travel absolutely, then there's something wrong. That's my thinking.
and then Angel's side, or Superintendent Bartlett's side is we're just trying to eliminate someone doing the legwork already
Yes.
and eliminating that whole line of process.
I mean, generally, before these trips even come, like, they have to find out if there's an interest. So now they put out, is there an interest in, say, going to, I don't know, Australia? I mean, they meet with the kids. Now excitement, like, so if they knew right up, it builds, if it's, and that, if they knew right up front that right now for this year, we'll revisit in September, that, I mean, not even to start the meetings or anything like that. I think that's probably what I'm because they're coming to me saying, you know, what's the deal? Can we go out of country with the kids, like overseas?
Stirred up interest and you've got
Yes.
people excited. Okay.
To avoid that, I guess is what I'm.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's kind of managing expectations.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you think about
I already stated mine.
You stated your position. Like, does anybody else feel with Lindsay, or are we pretty much consensus on this side of the room? We're good with the motion, are we?
I have full support of the Angel's recommendation because we are not preventing anyone to go for any out of country study tour or anything. But what we are trying to prevent is that so that there will be nothing bad happening.
Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
trying to.
Yeah. So I'd say your support. Trustee Humby?
No, I agree. I think it's good to just have a statement that we're not gonna be doing any overseas travel aside from the US and then those requests aren't being sent in.
Okay. Trustee
I'm under the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trustee Lawson? Are you in favor of the motion?
Yeah, I think our safety of our students has to be paramount, and these trips are a privilege. Yeah, I think again, we have to keep our kids safe, so, and our staff and community.
Okay. Vice Chair? Yeah. So you mentioned the last meeting you want a recorded vote. Are you good with the consensus, or you want it on record?
No, I still want it on record.
Okay.
Recorded vote.
Okay. Okay, so the motion in front of us tonight is that the Board of Trustees for the duration of the 2023-2024 year only receive requests for the student travel within Canada, United States. Trustee Shucker, how do you vote? Yes? Trustee Humby? Yes.
Yes.
Trustee Young? Trustee Lawson? Are you in favor?
Sorry, do we not need a, do we have a, yeah, sorry, sorry, I'm in favor.
You're in favor?
Yeah.
You're opposed? Okay. Well, the favor habit, so I don't think the chair needs to vote on this one. So it's accepted? Okay, item 8, Superintendent of Educational Services and Programming Report. Oh, right, that's regretful. Right. But it is there to read for those of you who want. So it's there for your perusal. Number 9, Superintendent of Human Resources and Policy Report.
I've provided a written report. There was a number of meetings and school-based events that I attended. A couple comments. I attended the Deerwood Schools National Indigenous Veterans Day ceremony. It was fantastic. They did a great job, as well as I attended the Remembrance Day Assembly on the 10th at Burntwood School, which again was awesome. The kids were well behaved. I was super proud of the division and the work that was put in. It was great. Just some human resources initiatives. I met with the leadership team and I reviewed 9 administrative procedures in Section 1A, School Administration and Foundation, and Section 1B, School Administration and Foundation, and A and B, and any significant amendments will be discussed at our next leadership team meeting. Professional development on the 6th of November, I attended an information session with the Employer Advisory Office within the Government of Manitoba via Zoom. It offers free advice and assistance to help employers navigate the process and policies and decision-making of the Workers' Compensation Board. And just including accessing Workers' Compensation Board files, addressing services, delivery concerns, appealing decisions, supporting return to work plans, meeting reemployment obligations, and an overview of rate setting model and employer premiums, types of WCB coverage, and payroll reporting and requirements. I think Kelly attended it too, and we were both
was
glad
very
that this service existed, but I wasn't.
Until we had this session, I was unaware that
And
the
it-
service was there for employers to access.
Yes, so,
This assists the employer through the WCB process.
yeah, it was very informative. A resource we didn't
Didn't know
actually
we had.
realize we had, so. And yeah, that's everything. If anybody got any questions?
Any questions for Superintendent? Trustee Lawson?
Hey, thanks. So, just October 30th, are you met with the UM to discuss possible partnership? Are you able to test, that just seems like a really interesting partnership.
Okay,
Can you comment on that? Or?
Yeah, there's a grant called the Rideau Hall Grant, and we got a call from some people. Lori was in the meeting with me as well, and they are looking at doing some placements. U of M traditionally does not do placements in the north, so they're looking at placements in the north for their Indigenous students as well as those students who have a high interest in Indigenous education. So we're going to work with them diligently to try and see if we can get this rolling here. Again, I understand some of the roadblocks are obviously accommodations. I mean, I know just from somebody who does the hiring and finds accommodations or helps teachers find accommodations. I discussed, like, I mean, many teachers would say, hey, I'm on my own. My kids are in university. You can come stay at my place for 6 or 8 weeks in my basement. So I said we could help facilitate with that. So hopefully this gets off the ground because. But the grant went in about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So Lori wrote a letter of support.
Yeah, would there be any cost of the vision, or is that all covered under grant?
I believe it would be covered under the grant money. Again, accommodations would be part of the one of the hiccups. Frontier was already very much involved in this process, and they actually reached out to us to see if it would be something we would be interested in. The other thing is sometimes finding faculty advisors to do the last observation. I've said in the past I've acted in that role, and the stipend that's been given to me, I mean, sometimes I've done it during work time. I just donate it back to the school. So there's ways around these kind of things. So
what kind of numbers would they look at for that? Ones or twos or tens?
You know what? They really haven't. They say that there's a lot of interest. I know that even U of M students right now that are from our community don't have the opportunity to come here and do their student teaching. When I was going to Brandon, I was able to come home on the holidays or come home during breaks, do my student teaching, and then I had an opportunity to work in the evening sometimes. So hopefully this happens.
Well, I always think this could lead to employment opportunities
Exactly.
too, right? Because
Yeah.
if they like the principal and like the school, maybe they think this is not such a bad place to work.
No, I mean, very often, I've said this many, many times, they come up and they have no idea how much they like it here until they get here. And then they make it home. I mean, we're in a situation right now, our housing market is reasonable. You could come up here and, as say a teaching couple and, well, I mean, Mr. Lawson would know that very well, that, buy yourself a house and settle here, and it's, but they don't know until they get here. So that's the opportunity we have.
Interesting. Good. Any other questions? Super. Thank you, Mike. I like that. That is an interesting topic. I'd like to know. Keep us up to date on that one. That sounds good. Secretary Treasurer's report.
Circulated in your package is the check register for the month of October. Accounts payable of $2,142,903.38 was processed. Included in that is payroll-related items of $1,494,611.77. Teacher payroll of $2,064,022.91, and the support payroll of $809,735.48. My recommendation is that the expenditures for October 2023 in the amount of $5,016,661.77 be approved.
Can I have someone move that we accept? Trustee Tomaszewski. Seconder? Trustee Sharker. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Carried.
Circulated are the expenditures year-to-date. As of November 9th, 2023, our year-to-date expenditures are $10,669,178. That's 23% of our approved budget at this time. And it's to note, as of November 9th, we're 23.9% through the school year. So we're tracking well, and Mother Nature is our friend right now as our low hydro bills continue to stay low with the mild weather. There's been no changes right at this time from last meeting regarding our forecasted undesignated operating surplus. June 30th, 2024, we are still projected to be a surplus of $1,621,550. The nutrition and breakfast and snack programs have been updated. We have spent 15.6% year to date of the funds of $155,797. So our year to date expenses in addressing food insecurities, $24,287. I'd like to note that we have also added another donor on the list, including Thompson Ford. We've received a new donation from that organization. That is all I have at this time, unless there's any questions.
Any questions for the Secretary Treasurer? No? Super. Excellent. Trustee Lawson.
It's not so much a question, I just like to, I think it's important that the community knows that, our donors, and I was gonna thank Thompson Ford for thank you, but also that it's $155,000 that we get for our food programs through the various grants. So, I know that a lot of people say out there that wish we could have more food in schools, but so that's a lot of dollars for our kids, so.
Absolutely. Do you want me to read out for the record the donors?
Sure.
Maybe it doesn't hurt to do a call out, to thank you. We'd like to thank Show Kids You Care, Child Nutrition Council Manitoba, the Breakfast Club of Canada, Winnipeg Quaker Organization, PC Children's Charity Nutrition Grant, the MKO, Walmart, Manitoba Nurses Union, Federal Government of Canada, and of course, the newest one, Thompson Ford. Thank you so much for supporting the breakfast snack programs in Thompson.
Thank you.
New business 11.1, the trustee indemnity bylaw 03/24. This is the second reading. Whereas section 56, 1 to 3 of the Public Schools Act provides that a school board may, by bylaw, pay an annual and additional indemnity to the chairperson and to each trustee and reimburse its trustees, trustees-elect, or employees for expenses necessarily incurred while attending conventions or carrying out duties assigned or approved by the school board, and at such rates and under such conditions as the board may determine. 3 readings are required for the bylaw. This bylaw passed first reading October 24th, 2023. The Finance Committee recommendation is that the trustee indemnity bylaw 03/24 be read for the second time. Can I have someone move that we so do? Trustee Sharker moves. Seconder? Trustee Tomaszewski, all those in favor? Aye? Okay. Third reading. Whereas section 56, 1 to 3 of the Public Schools Act provides that a school board may, by bylaw, pay an annual and additional indemnity to the chairperson and to each trustee and reimburse its trustees, trustees-elect, or employees for expenses necessarily incurred while attending conventions or carrying out duties assigned or approved by the school board, and at such rates and under such conditions as the board may determine. 3 readings are required for the bylaw. This bylaw passed first reading October 24th. I just had deja vu, 2023. The Finance Committee recommends that the trustee indemnity bylaw 03/24 be read for the third and final time. Can I have someone move that we accept the third reading? Trustee Young, seconder, Trustee Sharker. All those in favor vote aye. Aye. Aye carries. Good, thank you. 11.3, 2023-2024 Standing Committee Representative. Chairperson Warner Brown has requested to be removed as a voting member. Oh, sorry.
Turn the chair.
Oh, this is because it's me putting forward a motion? Okay. Vice Chair Tomaszewski, do you mind taking over this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Chairperson Werner Brown has requested to be removed as a voting member of the Public Relations and the Education and Programming Committees for the remainder of the 2023-24 school year. The recommendation is that Chairperson Werner Brown be replaced by Trustee Anderson as the voting member of Public Relations and Education and Programming Standing Committees for the remainder of the 2023 and 24 school year. Do I have a mover? Trustee Sharker?
Yeah, I don't want to deal with these people anymore on committee.
Do I
They
have
give
a
me a hard time.
seconder? Trustee Humby? Any discussion?
Trustee Anderson.
Do you accept?
Yeah, that's what's on here.
All in favor?
Yes.
All right, back to you.
All right. More work for you, less work for me. Good. Correspondence 12, Manitoba School Boards Association. The e-bulletin for October 25th is there for your perusal. I don't think there's anything particular I have to highlight for that. The e-bulletin for November 8th is also there for your perusal. I don't think there's anything I need to do about that. Thompson Festival of Arts 12.2. There's a letter here from the Thompson Festival of Arts. I'm going to read it for the record. Dear Board of Trustees, maintaining partnerships within our community allows the Thompson Festival of the Arts to continue offering the opportunity for over 450 youth of all ages to showcase their talents in various disciplines. Visual arts is our largest discipline, and as in the past, the festival hopes to utilize the C.A. Nesbitt Arena as the visual arts venue. To improve access for all and maintain equity within our diverse population, the Arts Festival Executive is looking at ways to keep expenditures and registration fees as low as possible. We are seeking partnership with the School District of Mystery Lake to host the 2024 event on our behalf using the City of Thompson's facilities. We are planning the festival to run through April and May, wrapping up with a highlight concert showcasing top performers from each discipline for the community at the Leckman Theatre. We look forward to hearing about a partnership with the School District of Mystery Lake. I've always been a big fan of the Festival of Arts. What should we do on that? Do we want to save it for action for next meeting? Or is there already, is there a recommendation? Oh, go ahead, Mike.
Nope, there's a recommendation, so
Okay.
I was gonna move that, but they've already. So.
Oh, there we go. You're right. I didn't click the next one. So Thompson Arts Festival is requesting the district partner with them to host the visual arts discipline for the 2024 showcase. The recommendation here is that the district hosts the 2024 visual arts discipline of the Thompson Arts Festival using the C.A. Nesbitt Arena venue. So Trustee Lawson, are you motioning? Okay, Trustee Lawson moves to accept. Can I have a seconder? Trustee Anderson, all those in favor vote. Oh,
Generally, after we have a mover and a seconder, you'll ask for a discussion.
Discussion?
Before the vote.
okay.
There may not be a discussion, but then you call for the vote.
Okay, I open it up for discussion. Is there going to be a cost to this? No, it's more of a,
No.
for the school district? Okay.
So this is the first time we are
No, they do it
working
every
with
year.
this, no?
No, it happens every
Oh.
year.
This is the second. Last year, we also hosted the visual arts.
Oh, yeah, right, that was great, yeah. Yeah. That's true, I remember because I was there. I remember that. Oh, yeah, any other discussion?
I think it's a super awesome thing.
I think it is
Gets
super awesome.
our kids involved, and we have a lot of participation from all of our schools.
It's amazing to me during that, like particularly the art festival piece, that there's sometimes you walk through there and there's kids you had no idea were that talented for
Yeah.
drawing. It's like, wow.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Now, remind me if I'm wrong, but last year, like, we're still recovering from COVID, correct? So last year's showing was not what it had been pre-COVID, was it?
Correct.
Yes.
There was not as many registrations as in pre-COVID.
Yeah, so it would be nice to see that expanded for this coming year.
Sure.
Great. Any other discussion? Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor vote aye? Aye? Okay, ayes carry it. Super. Okay, 12.3, Indigenous Education Gathering. So there's a letter here about Indigenous educational pathways. Does this require a motion? It's just for information.
February 8th and 9th.
Okay.
If trustees are interested in attending, we'd need to bring forward a motion for trustee travel at a later time.
And when is the MSBA convention in March? right?
March.
Okay, well, save that date, folks. Would anybody be interested to go to that? Trustee Lawson? Are you volunteering? Are you
I'm just reading it, and also, like, it says educators, students, community leaders, elders, just advocates. Like, I'm wondering if possibly, if, like, because it's Indigenous education, if maybe we have a couple grade 11 or grade 12 students who are interested in education, if this is something that we could, I don't want to set any precedent or anything like that, but I've never seen this before, so I don't know if it's an avenue where we could provide some PD or get them the sponsorship with MKO, KTC, provide them travel or all their stuff.
Or maybe
You know, we were just talking about the U of M having a partnership and might tie it all together.
Yeah, maybe practicum teach young new teachers, Keenanow students, or
Sure. I mean, we've sent kids to these types of things, like high school students in the past, yeah, and we've provided them with travel.
okay.
We do have some district dollars
Yeah.
like held back for PD at this end, that
Non-athletic
not like non-athletic
Yes.
travel.
travel
Yeah.
at this end. So
Yeah, I definitely like to support this. I mean, that's
So
maybe
the
some.
counselors know, possibly students that would be interested in something like this?
absolutely, they probably would know. You may have a couple of grade 12 students that you would know that are planning on becoming teachers. So.
Was this forwarded to all like the principals and everything as well?
I don't know.
I don't believe so, not at this time.
I wonder if it would be
I could
worth.
pass it along to our department.
Wonder if it'd be worth passing along to the principals.
Okay.
Like,
Lori may know. I mean, yeah. She
Yeah.
may know, and she may have like maybe a couple kids out of the YAC group. I don't know. She may have done some legwork already in this
Well,
particular
like-
area. I have no idea.
I'm sure Principal Bruder or a principal at Eastwood might be interested. Or
Yeah, let's send the word out. Yeah, that's
Okay.
good. Okay, super. 12.4, excellence in education. This is from the Minister of Education, Early Childhood Learning. Is this just for your information? We don't have to act on this, do we?
Our sectional teachers.
You want me to read it out?
Okay.
Dear colleagues, the 2023-2024 Manitoba's Excellence in Education Awards will recognize and celebrate exceptional teachers and school administrators whose outstanding educational practices have a deep and lasting impact on the well-being, achievement, and engagement of Manitoba students. Awards will be presented in the following 5 categories, with each award recipient receiving a certificate of recognition and a monetary gift of $500. So the 5 categories: first, teaching excellence; second, outstanding new teacher; 3, outstanding team collaboration; 4th, outstanding school leader; 5th, Premier's Award for Excellence in Education. I invite you to share the enclosed brochures with your school community and to nominate the exceptional educators in your community who are deserving of such recognition. So this is to board chair, superintendents, principals. So the principals here have this?
Yeah.
Okay.
in a package, and there's
Okay.
So the nomination deadline is January 18th.
The nomination deadline is January 18th. Okay. Okay. Maybe that's something the MTS would like to have a copy of too. Yeah? Just so teachers are aware that this contest is there, and maybe, solicit colleagues or whatever. Okay, send it to Kathy and then, yeah, share it and just get the word out. Sure. I mean, it would be nice, this is a province-wide competition, it'd be nice to have someone from Thompson. Super. Okay, 13, committee, nope, am I still missing something?
Yeah,
your addition, Principal
My
Harwood.
addition. Right. Hey, come on, get the system going. Okay, this is the addition to the agenda, 12.5. See, now my neighbor's keeping on track. So this is from the principal of Deerwood. Deerwood is doing active start for November. If any of the trustees want to come participate, they are welcome to. So Deerwood, they do in Canada announcements at 9 o'clock, and as soon as the announcements are done, they do active start. So those who don't know, active start for the month of November, every day they spend about 15 minutes. All the students in all the classrooms walk around the school and get their steps in, and it's just a way of encouraging young people to start the day actively. And it's kind of controlled chaos. I get the idea students can walk. It's not per class. The students can walk where they want and in their little groups or their little cliques or with their teachers or best friends or whatever. So it's not. It's kind of. I like it because it kind of gets the young people into the mode. Like in high school, you need to go to where you need to get to on your own time, right, in between classes. So this is a good way for the little ones to get their steps in and get around the school in a controlled way, but in a way that's positive and in motion. Right? So I think Deerwood is on. Trustee Young and I are both attached to Deerwood, but this is open to anybody. So if you're interested to see what active start looks like, take a look. Yeah, I mean it's fun. Yeah, controlled chaos is what I call it. I like controlled chaos. That's how I live my life. Yeah, so I don't know that you have to. I think you can just show up. It sounds like it.
Show up and go for a walk.
And you just show up and go. Yeah. So go at about 9 o'clock and get some steps in. I know I'm going to do it in the next couple of days. I'll go, but it can be open to anybody. Yeah.
But it doesn't start until November. Oh, we are.
It is November. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's already halfway through November. I don't know how the time goes so crazy.
Oh, is that me?
Okay. Now I can go to committee reports. So 13.1 policy committee. Who's the chair for that? Not me. MD.
So policy committee met on October 30. Committee reviewed procedural bylaw number 4, the suspension of rules of procedures, no changes made up and no recommendation made to make any change. Policy reviewed procedural bylaw number 5, agenda preparation and dissemination. We did some minor changes just to clarify how we conduct businesses regarding agendas distribution. And this change does not need to be 3 readings because it doesn't affect the essence of the current wording. Questions pertaining to do we distribute draft agenda? No, the draft agenda work on the final proposed agenda is released on a Friday prior to the board meeting. The agenda becomes binding when adopted at the board meeting. The question was, did we distribute the agenda? Because according to the procedure, we have to add the agenda need to be approved by the board. So if we distribute this draft agenda and public can see what is the, but after that we are going to make the change or we add up anything to this agenda. So this was the question. Another review, board policy number 6, 7, no changes made. Angel, the superintendent, Angel presented research findings regarding flying of flags to help in the revision of our current admin procedures on that subject. And we found that it was decided that our current admin procedure 1A060 flag display was well written and did not need any substantive changes. Another matter, this was the superintendent Angel has been requested to find out the previously we utilized board self-evaluation template. So there is a option that the board will evaluate their works. And there is another recommendation that we are trying to make a template to evaluate self-evaluation of the individual trustees and as well as the board. We are trying to figure it out the parameters, what type of parameter we will set to evaluate each and every trustee and as well as the board functioning. This will help us what we are missing in the last year, what we can prevent this type of happening in the future.
I did find one. Research, so we'll discuss it at our policy committee meeting.
What year?
It was quite some time ago, and it was not done like it It was done by individual trustees did it. And there was an ad hoc committee, I can remember now, that was formed with its development, but I do have a copy of that, so we can review that at our next policy committee meeting.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, trustee Sharker. 13.2, Education and Programming Committee.
That is me. So we have not had an education and programming meeting since our last board meeting, although our next date is set for November 28th at 5:30.
Okay, super. 13.3, Public Relations Committee.
We had a meeting on October 30th. We reviewed the agenda. And then under new business, we reviewed the budget. And then we had an update on the Holiday Family Fun Night that's happening Friday, December 8th from 5 to 7 at Westwood School. Planning is pretty much finished and things have been all set up. There'll be crafts, snacks for the families to enjoy. And we will go over the final details at our next PR meeting, which is November 29th. The district will also once again do an order for SDML hoodies for purchase. I believe we see Charmaine for that. Staff recognition admin procedure and the PR committee have decided to update the staff recognition admin procedure to include 10-year service awards, and Jill will do the research regarding the possible gifts and cost. And our next meeting is November 29th.
Super. Busy week next week. The next week. 13.4, Finance Property Committee.
I took my earbuds out. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, we just met previous this meeting. The only thing really to come out for regular is we had a discussion with our auditor at the committee meeting prior to it coming to the board. And one of the subjects she brought up was having a trustee-only meeting with the auditor after the audit has been presented. So we're just bringing that forward. We're kind of unsure of where it might go in policy, so we like the policy, but we like to forward it on to you guys, and just to see exactly where that language might go. If it would read something of the inclusion of an annual meeting of the board of trustees and the auditor at a trustee-only meeting at the conclusion of the annual audit. Manisha, who was our auditor, had just said that this just provides an opportunity for the board and auditor to discuss in an open forum between us as the board and her as the auditor, without any staff there. Not to be seen as punitive or anything like that, but just something that's becoming quite frequent or regular with audits. So that's coming from us, and we'd like to pass it off the policy if it's the will of the board.
Mike, can I have a question?
Sorry.
Did you guys consider adding that to the planning cycle? There's a board policy, I don't know which one it is, but it has the annual board, like if that would be something you want included in there as well?
Probably.
Okay, all right, just so I have an idea.
Yeah, the whole thing was just so that we can have dialogue with the auditor without prejudice of.
No, that's good. That's good. So is that you have what you need for that?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Super. Good. Thank you, Mike. 13.5, other committees. Any other committees? Oh, so we have the TTA liaison meeting coming November 21st at 5 p.m. So that's next week. We're looking forward to that. And you're doing dinner? No. No, yeah. I was trying to get you to pay for it. No, we're paying for the dinner tonight. Yeah, we'll do it Dutch. You do a dinner, we do it a dinner. Yeah. I can say that because I'm a Dutchman. I can say do it Dutch. Yeah. I don't like other people saying going Dutch, but it's okay if I do it. So that's good. 7:46. Trustee comments. Trustee Sharker?
Thank you.
Trustee Humphrey?
I just want to say that I had the opportunity to watch several of the Remembrance Day assemblies and Indigenous Veterans Day assemblies online, and I was really impressed. I think that the staff and the students did a fantastic job. The students were so respectful, and it was nice to have the opportunity to be able to watch those events online. So it was appreciated.
Trustee Young?
Kind of reiterates the same thing. I attended the Remembrance Day service at Burntwood, and it was incredible. They did a really good job. The school spirit is very high in that school. They're doing very well.
That's good. Vice Chair?
I just want to say thank you to Paul for recording all these events that are happening through their school.
Super. Trustee Anderson?
Just echoing everyone else and adding that Riverside School celebrated Diwali, which was
I seen that.
absolutely
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It was really awesome to see the mixture of all the cultures in all of our schools. So that
Was there
really nice.
Diwali food?
I'm unsure, but there was a bunch of people all dressed
Dressed.
up, and I don't know what they actually entail, what they actually did, but I'm sure it had something to do.
I like the food.
I know
Yeah.
the food is amazing.
Yeah. Trustee Lawson?
I don't really have any comments. I'm missing you guys and just being in Thompson, but I know that everything's being taken care of there, so.
Super. And for my own part, Trustee Anderson and Trustee Sharker and myself were at the Saturday service, and service went very well, right? The Artie Parker Band, I want to thank a shout out to the band. They did a wonderful job playing the music.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it was really well done. It was really enjoyable. And there again, very respectful. It's important. Remembrance Day is a very important moment in our annual calendar. Good. Thank you so much, everybody. Questions from the public? Oh, Kat, you got to work harder. You got to come up with something.
I'm showing this thing.
Oh, great. Okay, well, thank you so much. We'll move to in camera after these messages.